When I became executive director, I went around to about 12 or 14 churches, introduced myself, got to know some really great pastors. But that day, I was talking about love in the name of Christ, and one of the pastors looked at me and he said, why do you emphasize in the name of Christ? Don't you think that's going to turn people away? And I just kind of, my mouth dropped at that point. But that's what we're all about, right? So I'm glad that the logo now has everything in it. Eliminate the confusion. We've talked a little bit about where we've been. I want to give you a little bit of an idea of where we're going. Things are going a little slower than I thought, so this is a very abbreviated version of the vision. So again, if you want to know more details on what any of the things are that I'm talking about, grab me after, come visit me at the office, call me up, whatever you want to do, and I will dig more into that. First, the heart of the ministry is the Connection Center. Our volunteers are on the phone about 80% of their day. They are listening to people's stories. They are taking down the information, and they are praying with them. We've had many times where we've called people back to say, hey, how are things going? And they say, you know, after your prayer, I was so at peace, I figured out what to do. Those are incredible stories that we get to hear on a regular basis. But we need to expand that ministry. We're open 2 days a week. 1 volunteer on one day, 2 volunteers on the other. To be fully staffed, we need 4 each day. We also want to open it more days so that we can deal with needs in a much quicker manner. One of the things we've discovered from those phone calls is there's a great need for furniture. A lot of people transitioning out of homelessness. We want to see if we can have a church, or even 3 or 4, partner together with one spearheading it, but having different teams that can pick up furniture, deliver furniture. We're working on a storage facility. That's been a big snag for a while, but I think we've got that worked out. As I was telling earlier, the story with Pastor Mike, we've really seen some great things happen in the times that we've been in homes like that. And this is one of the best tools that we've got to really digging in deeper with people. We want to expand our transformational ministry. The TM program is really our bread and butter. This is where we're taking people who are broken and helping them. We had a video last year, if you saw the virtual version of this time, of a young man who came to us. He was referred by one of our pastors, had a real problem with money. But once I sat down with him and we talked a little bit, I said, Michael, your problem isn't your finances. Your problem is broken relationships. The finances were him not knowing when to say no. He was going to the payday lenders, borrowing money to bail his sister and her adult daughter out of trouble. So we worked with him on boundaries. We helped him through a class called Affirming Potential, where he was able to decide what it was he needed to fix. A couple months ago, he came in for lunch one day, all strutting. I told my sister no. But it gets better. She didn't argue with me. I did it in such a way that she knew I meant business, but she didn't get mad at me. He not only learned how to say no, he learned how to do it in love. That's what TM is all about. We want to take that further this year, though. We want to go into what's called comprehensive transformation. In our vision of what Comp TM is, we've got that first class that helps you identify the problem. There's a self-assessment in it. You get to choose then whether you need to work on the physical aspects of life, which would be managing your money, whether you want to work on emotional issues you're dealing with, whether you want to work on relational issues that you're dealing with, or whether you want to work on spiritual issues. From there, we are creating a guided curriculum that will take them through a year to a year and a half to learning to overcome the issues.